Amen. Yeshkoach. Moshe Rabbeinu says to Klal Yisrael, "B'handchel Elyon Goyim, ba'afrido b'nei Odom." When God initially established nations, and He separated them, He divided them, Yatsev Gvulos Amim, He established the parameters of the nations, l'mispa b'nei Yisrael, to correspond to the number of b'nei Yisrael. We know the 70 root nations, and with the 70 individuals who went down to Mitzrayim together with Yaakov, Shivim Nefesh Yorda Avaselu Mitzrayim. So Rashi explains, based on Chazal, that initially when God divided up the world among those who angered Him, who enraged Him, this is the story of the Migdal Bavel, Tower of Babel, where they built a tower to rebel against Him, and He dispersed them over the face of the earth. Factually, He should have destroyed them. Why did He allow them to continue? So Rashi cites Chazal, Lemis b'nei Yisrael, Bishul mis b'nei Yisrael, Shasidim lotzim b'nei Shem. Because since Shem was one of the families, and there were derivatives of that family, so if He would have destroyed them, there wouldn't be a Klal Yisrael. So since there had to be a Klal Yisrael who descend from Shem, therefore, He allowed them to survive. So, since there had to be a mispar, a number of Jews, 70 nefoshos who went out to Mitzrayim, therefore, He dispersed them rather than destroy them. This is how Rashi learns the pshat, the understanding of the pasuk. The Orach Chaim HaKodesh explains it slightly differently. We find, based on the pasuk, in Koheles, we say Zulu Umazeh. We find there's always a corresponding factor. There's a representation of evil. There's a representation of good in the world. The nations of the world, they represent evil. Klal Yisrael represents good. That's Tov V'Ra. Now, and there's always the struggle between the good and the evil. Who has the upper hand? Initially, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could have, when He established nations, there should be one archangel to oversee all the needs of that particular nation, or all those nations. But rather, each nation has its own unique archangel. As we find, Mitzrayim Nosei Al Chreim. So why is it in the singular? Mitzrayim. So Rashi cites Chazal. This is Sorosh Mitzrayim. So the archangel of Egypt were traveling after us when we left, when we were being pursued by the Egyptians. So each nation has its archangel. And that corresponds, the 70 archangels, they correspond to the Shivim Nefesh that went down to Mitzrayim. So he says you have a tree, it's equivalent, you have a tree with 70 branches. And who's that tree? That tree is Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu was the tree, so those 70 individuals descended from Yaakov Avinu. And he says, before the Chet of Adam HaRishon, all the neshamas that came into being were good souls. After Adam HaRishon had ingested the fruit of Tov V'Ra, Eitz Hadas Tov V'Ra, there was evil, now the souls are already tainted. They couldn't be special neshamos. Yaakov Avinu, after so many years, he was an Ilan Tov. He was able to perfect himself, that there was none of that tainting of the Eitz Hadas was within him. So therefore the fruit, the branches that he produced were what? Were pure, were tov, totally good. And these 70 branches, these individuals correspond to the 70 nations who have that intermingling of evil within them. And now there's the struggle. Who dominates who? He says, every one of the branches of Kedusha, Mosheles al Shekenegda b'chelik hara, should dominate and subordinate what it corresponds to, which represents evil. V'zeh sod raglei yordei moves, there's a pasuk in Mishlei, raglei yordos moves, shiraglayim shel Kedusha, dorchim al rosh haklipa, that the feet of Kedusha trample on the top, on the heads of the nether force. And that's the ultimate. This is going to be when Mashiach will come and Hashem will be declared Melech HaKol Oretz, the Klal Yisrael will be Moshe, will dominate the world, all the nations of the world. This is what it's about. So the Hafrido b'nei Odom, why the 70 angels, 70 nations? Yatziv Gulasamim, because it has to correspond to the Elon Tov, which represented, and this is the struggle. And this, normally we say Hakol Kol Yaakov Yadayim de Esav. Esav is the one who always subordinates us. But throughout history, it wasn't only Esav, it's Yishmael, other nations. There was Poras, there was Modai, there was Bovel, there were others. There's always this struggle, who has the upper hand? Does the Kedusha have the upper hand, or does the nether forces, do they have the upper hand?